got so many good games this weekend. And after working together for 14 seasons, Kyle Shanahan and Mike McDaniel are on opposite sidelines. They made 2 Super Bowls together with the Falcons and the 49ers and have 2 of the 3 longest active winning streaks heading into Week 13. I keep hearing this game being referred to as the chess match. Greg, the Desert likes the home team. Niners by 3.5.
Yeah, nothing gets you ready for football like calling it a
Yes!
chess match
Let's
between
go!
2 relatively diminutive men. Not that I'm one to talk. I'm going 49ers. I was back and forth on this all
You were.
week. I had the Dolphins. I think they're a better team, but they're missing Teron Armstead and Austin Jackson, their starting tackles. But I love how Tua Tagovailoa is playing, and I think he'll keep it close. I think he'll keep it closer than 3.5. We used to do this show with Andrew Hawkins, an amazing football mind.
Shout-outs.
And he says in Kyle Shanahan's system, and that's Mike McDaniel's system, there are right answers on every play. And the thing I love about Tua is he gets to the right answer so quickly. This is his 3rd read right here. 1, 2, 3, and then it's a quick release. Fancy work with the ball, where he hides it, great on play action. And they didn't tell us Tua could do a little playmaking, and he can right here. This improvising is what Jimmy Garoppolo can't do. I think he gets to his 2nd, his 3rd read in this system even faster than Jimmy Garoppolo. So they're better at quarterback. They keep it closer than 3.5.
Where's the but?
But those missing tackles are massive. Cynthia's been telling me that for years. You're without your missing tackles. You're playing a great pass rush. Then I had to change it at the last second.
Literally minutes ago.
Yeah, it was Dolphins.
Moments.
Now it's 49ers.
Yeah, moments ago, changed his pick.
Well, I only have a 1-point win for the Niners, so I'm even more of that. Was this our, remember last year?
Threading the needle, baby.
That needle, baby.
You're threading it like by just a tiny bit. I'm doing it by 1 point. So I have 24-23 in favor of the Niners. It does actually come down to those tackles not necessarily being there. We don't know about Teron Armstead for sure, but when I look to see the difference making, so if the Dolphins are to upset the Niners, how will it happen? Well, it's both Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, especially after the catch. These 2 are really at the top of not just the NFL, but like next-gen stats since they started tracking, which was 2016, and their ability to earn yards after the catch over expected. These are the types of things where you're just making even more of a play out of something that was already giving you a good opportunity. So when I'm looking at not just Tua, I'm going to also compliment these guys in the pass catching game because they all work together to make each other better. So if they're going to upset the Niners or they're going to keep it really, really close like I have it, that'll be how.
Yeah, there's 2 really, really good Yak teams. And as much as we all want to thread the needle, everybody's going to see the graphic, and it's just going to be, you guys don't like the Dolphins. We love the Dolphins.
We do.
I love the Dolphins. They're a really fun team, but it pains me to do so. But I'm going to have to take the team that doesn't have to traverse the entire lower 48 and play on the road and play against this offense where Christian McCaffrey not listed on the injury report. Miami's defense is 10th at stopping the run, but since he's good to go, I think we see his full repertoire as a receiver. Miami is down around 27% in terms of pressure percentage, so more time for Jimmy to distribute the ball to the Yak Bros. Greg Rosenthal is right.
We're making
Pay attention
it a
to
thing.
him. It is a thing. I didn't think it was, but I looked it up.
Yeah, they are the Yak Bros.
They are the Yak
I've been
Bros.
questioned. They
on.
called themselves
Jump on.
the Yak Bros.
And I want to reiterate what Patrick says. We do love the Dolphins on the show. Once upon a time, Greg even did the Jalen Waddle at some point. I'm not going to make you do it.
No, that's just
I'm not gonna
that
make
was
you do it
different.
I didn't pick.
That was a different version. I didn't like it as much.
that didn't happen.
I didn't like it as much. I think it's time for a meme alert, and we've got a new sound this time.
Oh.
Wait for
Meme
it. That's Greg's kids, ladies and gentlemen.
I love
That's the
that.
cutest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Can we do it again? Can we do it again?
Oh my God, we got multiple memes.
Just put it on.
Great job, Walker and Ellis.
Put it on repeat.
I love it.
49ers 24-20. Debo Samuel, Christian McCaffrey, I know they're probably not 100,000% healthy, so I'm a little bit worried about that. But let's talk about this 49ers defense that has just been playing out of control. I asked our trusty researcher, Patrick, shout out, how Tua and Mike McDaniel do against a top 5 defense this season. Tua, in the 5 games he's played against a top 5 defense this year, Bills, Patriots, etc., he's only put up 3 touchdowns, you guys. 3. That's it. And 3 of those games he's had not super low passer ratings, but low-ish, lower compared to what he usually has. I'm going 49ers all the way, baby. They're just a fun team to cheer on right now. Okay, it's time to do the math. Cynthia, Tyreek Hill is averaging over 145 receiving yards per game on the road this season. Let's set the bar lower, over under 92.5 yards on Sunday.
He's my #1 wide receiver for fantasy purposes. This number is over. I don't usually project so high. My model is conservative like that. But I have more than 92.5, in large part because of that yards after the catch that we talked about, but also the game script. I think that they're going to have to be throwing. And I do think we see a nice outing from Tua, meaning Tyreek will have a big game.
Okay. Greg, let's move to the next one. Titans, Eagles, both teams in first place in their division. No surprise, the Eagles are favorites at home. I'm just keep on seeing all these clips of this Christmas album.
I love it.
Kelsey sounds really good. All of them
Jordan
do.
Mailata sounds good.
He hits those notes, baby. What do you like in this game?
I like the Eagles up front to win, and I like them to win by just a field goal. When I look at the running games of these two teams, who's playing better right now? It's the Eagles. It's not Derrick Henry and the Titans. We know about Jalen Hurts, right? And the 10-plus yard plays, the first downs, the 20-yard-plus plays. But we don't hear enough about Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders is 5th in the NFL in rushing yards this year. Only one running back has more 20-yard runs than Miles Sanders. These two runners, Hurts and Sanders, are both in the top 8 of first downs this year. And Sanders is making people miss. So it's not just that they have a great offensive line up front. He's passing the eye test. Like, he ranks very high in the get me out of my seat test. You know what I mean? And Miles Sanders, if you're adding him and Hurts together, that's one of the best duos in the league.
When I'm adding these two things together, I like revenge in this one, 25-20. And of course, by revenge, I mean A.J. Brown. This is his old team. They traded him away during the draft. If you don't remember, then maybe you were living under a rock. It happened, and we talked about it ad nauseum.
Yeah.
But I think when you look to see the opportunity here, it's also a great situation. Those downfield passes have been a real problem for the Titans defense. And while the pressure up front might be good for other teams, this O-line in their Christmas album, they're not going to let that happen. So A.J. Brown will have time to get those deeper passes developed and really catch them. And I think it's like, this is like a, let's see how many times, who doesn't love revenge?
This is a real revenge game because he loves to talk trash on the Titans, and the Titans miss him.
And it's pretty clear. We said it at the time. Like, why do this? Why was this necessary? You could have given A.J. Brown a little money, made it work. He deserved the money at the time. And I'm going to give, well, in honor of A.J. Brown, who should have gotten more, I'm going to give both teams 1 point from Cynthia's score and take the Philadelphia Eagles 26-21. Tennessee could clearly win this game. Derrick Henry could have a 76-yarder. He could take a screen pass to the house. But it would have to be Derrick Henry. And that's a lot to put on 22, as much as he's always carrying the load for the Tennessee Titans. But how much help does he get? And how hard is it to get help when Darius Slay and James Bradbury are playing so good as corners for the Philadelphia Eagles? In terms of the entire league, 3 players have allowed a passer rating all season under 55, and 2 of them play for the Eagles. Again, Henry could do it all, but I think it's a lot to ask. Philly wins it.
Listen, as much as I would love a meme alert to hear Greg's beautiful children
We've got
again,
the whole season now.
it's not going to happen, okay? Listen, we saw the scores at the top of the show. I need to start making some moves, baby. I am taking the Titans. Oh, boy. And I feel good about it, okay? And let me tell you why. I know that Titans beat up on some not great teams and they struggle against the good teams. I believe that they've gone 1-4 against teams with a winning record. But here's the thing. All of these games they have kept close. They are gritty. I heard somebody say, I don't know on what show, but like Mike Vrabel's just like out for blood. He's covered in sweat. Like, this is just like a dirty team. They are getting after it. And the Eagles,
Yikes.
they haven't, I know that doesn't sound super attractive.
Watch Mike Vrabel.
I want to watch that show, whatever that show is.
They haven't been as convincing of the Eagles that we knew and loved, the undefeated Eagles at the beginning of the season. They lost to the Commanders. They kept it. They beat the Colts by 1 point. Packers, Jordan Love put up a pretty decent couple of minutes there against the Eagles. I'm going Titans here.
So we heard Canada, so they'll do better than the Canadian soccer team.
Wow.
Why did you have to bring that up? Oh, my God.
You're going to be crawling to the trash like Mike Vrabel, apparently.
Okay. Go USA. Wild. Wild, wild, wild. Time for the Drive to Excellence presented by Mercedes-Benz. The Bengals stamped their ticket to the Super Bowl with a win over the Chiefs last year. They are 2.5-point underdogs, which ain't so bad. Cynthia, it was over a touchdown back in January. What do you think of this one?
Well, I think it's going to be a 3-point win for the Chiefs. So still a close game. Why? Because of Lou Anarumo. What does he have to do with any of it? The defensive coordinator of the Bengals. At least for now, I think he'll probably be a head coach somewhere come next season.
Wow.
But what he's been able to do is he's been able to craft a response in second halves to whatever Patrick Mahomes throws out there, whatever Andy Reid cooks up. He's able to adapt. Now, he has some issues this season with some injuries that he cannot control, right? Chidobe Awuzie, there we go. I got it out of my mouth. Apparently, he's not there, so that's going to be more difficult. That is a problem for Patrick Mahomes. Losing his head. He lives a little rent-free there.
Wow.
Honestly, the easiest name, the most fun name to say in the world is Lou Anarumo.
Lou Anarumo.
It's great that he's going to get a shot because remember a few years ago, nobody wanted to take the Bengals defensive coordinator job. And it's like, oh, Lou Anarumo, what's going on? And now Lou Anarumo's doing great. There's so many reasons to think the Bengals are going to win this game. It's Patrick Mahomes.
Come on.
It's Patrick. I can't do it. 28-24. Let's just discuss this man because right now, those looking at the AFC Championship game, see what our friends at NFL Research saw. Mahomes struggling against 3 or fewer pass rushers. Well, in 2022, his passer rating in those situations is almost 40 points higher. Whatever you do, 15 will adjust. He's going to throw the ball to Travis Kelce. We've seen this movie so many times. I think it's a Chiefs win. The picks we're too close in the picks, guys. I'm going to take Patrick Mahomes.
What, go safe? This is where I catch up on you. We have seen this movie, and the Bengals won both of those movies. I think they're going to win it again this year, 31-30. I just love Joe Burrow when he's allowed to be Joe Burrow, and that's throwing on early down. Zach Taylor finally started to let him do it. When you throw on first downs, the running game works better. Even without Jamar Chase and Joe Mixon, the Bengals were the tougher team in Tennessee. They're starting to protect Joe Burrow. I'm starting to buy that this offensive line, after 3 years, has finally figured out what they're doing. No one's playing better than Burrow over the last month. Mahomes is right there, but they're close. And I think the defense for the Bengals is ultimately better. Wouldn't it be cool if they beat them 3 straight times?
Wouldn't it
like,
be?
If the Chiefs were just the best team in the world, except for that one thing.
Somebody's got to have an answer
Except
for
for
these
that
guys.
one rivalry.
It's
Let's
boring
go.
when the same team's good all the time. I'm totally with Greg.
Yes.
I am going Bengals as well. We are evenly split, 30-27 over the Chiefs. Like you were saying, they got the job done against the Titans, who, by the way, they were the underdogs in that game without Jamar Chase, without Joe Mixon. And I want to take you back to last season, one of these games against the Chiefs. Jamar Chase had the craziest game that any of us have seen. He had 266 receiving yards in Week 17 against KC, a single game rookie record. And I don't know if you guys saw this on Twitter this week. Justin Reed, chief safety, said everybody's getting locked down in this game. And Jamar was like, all right, I don't think so. And called Justin Reed tuna in a can, which took me about 10 minutes to decipher, but I think I figured it out. Bengals or cats, tuna in a can. He doesn't even have to catch the fish. He's just eating tuna in a can.
Wow.
I thought he just meant like a mediocre snack, you know?
Or that.
could work too.
Both offensive, okay? Go Bengals, go. Let's do some more math. Cynthia, Joe Burrow had 250 yards against the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game. The magic number this week is 292. You going more or you going less?
I'm going less than that against the Chiefs for a number of reasons, but not the least of which is they need their run game to work a little bit better to make sure that they have more ball control. So if they're going to win, if they're going to upset them, keep Patrick Mahomes off the field. It sounds stupid, but it actually is a very true thing to say. He does get Jamar Chase back, which does help, but he hasn't been throwing downfield as often as last season. So there we go.
Okay, I think Jamar Chase is going to ball out this week. Okay, let's stick in the AFC West. We just talked about the Chiefs. How about Raiders-Chargers? It was a 5-point game in Week 1. This game is basically a toss-up. Sin, go first and give me time to think about it. Honestly, I've been back and forth on this game all week.
I kind of did too. I have a 1-point win, but for the Chargers, 27-26 in this matchup. Obviously, we know what's going on with this Chargers defense, and we can say it. You can run it back from last season, and I say run on purpose because you can run against this Chargers defense. And you just saw Josh Jacobs run for conservatively 357,000 yards last game. So when I'm watching this
There he
one
goes.
and I'm thinking about what Josh McDaniels doing, he's like going to say, you know what? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Let's not have it look exactly the same, but let's let the same guy do kind of the same thing in this one because the matchup does work out in our favor. However, I will say Justin Herbert against that secondary just gets it done in the last second.
But here's the thing, like both defenses are lousy. The Chargers defense is so lousy, you had to highlight Josh Jacobs even though you didn't pick him. You wanted to pick the Raiders. I'm going to pick the Raiders. Let's go. Raiders, I'm back on board.
Yet
29
again.
to 20. I don't feel that strong about it, but I do feel like this run defense.
No one does. It's 1 point.
Right. For the
Literally
Chargers.
Like you're
1 point
coming
game.
after me for 1 point? Okay.
I just said this is the thing that I'm excited about is watching Jacobs run through the Chargers like Nick Chubb did. Can you confirm for me, Cynthia? You don't need to. I know this is.
Go ahead.
The Chargers have given up more yards per carry on design runs than any team in the history of the NFL this year. And they'll say, well, we'd rather give up 5.5 yards per carry on the ground than give up 7 in the air. It doesn't matter. You're giving up everything. And this Raiders offense has more answers. I don't think they have to work as hard to score points, whereas the Chargers have to progress the ball down the field very slowly. They're missing Corey Linsley at center. I think that's a big deal for the Chargers. I think they lose.
Well, the thing is, you're talking about, we've seen these teams play already. And we saw
Yes.
Khalil Mack have those 3 sacks and a forced fumble. This
Joey
Chargers-
Bosa was in that game.
Yes, Derwin James, who I would like to discuss as well, is playing well in this defense. In terms of, if we're saying which defense is worse, the Las Vegas Raiders have allowed the highest passer rating in the entire NFL, and now in comes Justin Herbert. He gets to play in Las Vegas. There's defensive playmakers that we can at least discuss on the Chargers team. On the Raiders, I still believe defense exists and it has a value. Yes, the Chargers can't stop the run. Oh well, that happens every single week. So it's Josh Jacobs can't do that ever. It's Chargers win.
We have the biggest win by far by 3 whole points. I'm going Chargers as well. I've got them winning. Do I have the Chargers? Yeah, I have the Chargers 30-27. Like you said, defense on both sides has been pretty terrible. And I know that the Seahawks lost to the Raiders last week, but our guy Gino put up over 320 passing yards. He got 3 touchdowns and an interception. Justin Herbert last week threw 3 touchdowns. This passing offense on the Chargers could get things done. In this one, mic'd up is the greatest invention of all time. Am
Agreed.
I wrong?
Yep.
No,
Right.
I'm not. Brian Robinson's teammates loved the performance last week. I loved it. I love them against the Giants. But Greg, I will let you pick this one first.
I'm going to pick the Giants. I think their losing streak ends here. I have them winning 17-16. There's a lot of words you could use to describe Taylor Heineke. People have said gritty
Flashy.
and feisty and swaggy.
Dirty?
I'm going to use another word. Lucky. He is the luckiest quarterback in the league. He leads the league in turnover-worthy play percentage, according to PFF, by a lot. So people are dropping his interceptions, and they're not picking up his fumbles. But you know who's a team and a defense that can cause some chaos? It's the Giants and Wink Martindale. I think this is the week the luck runs out. He has some turnovers, and the Giants win a close
By
defensive
1.
score.
By 1.
I mean, these teams are the exact same.
You're true. Very true.
Well, I also have a 1-point win in this matchup, 22-21. Same winner for the Giants. But I want to talk about 2 guys. Did you go to Alabama? Do you play defensive tackle for the Washington Commanders? Are you good at stopping the run? That's really where I think they have a lot of success. Deron Payne, Jonathan Allen. It's really fun to watch both of them, especially on this interior. And I can point this out because you know where Saquon Barkley really likes to do his damage? On the outside. So it's not that big of a deal, and they can get around it, go around the edge. But I do want to give them some shine there because I don't think enough people talk about interior defenders,
That's
Who doesn't
your
love
thing.
that? I like the dirty guys in the trenches,
Dirty, sweaty, bloody.
Dirty guys in the trenches.
Grimy. What's going on? Because you guys, I can't. The 1-point win
can't you
thing.
do? Oh.
No, let's get a 2-point win.
Okay.
Oh, there
for the
we
Giants.
go.
I've got the Giants in this one,
Oh, wow.
19-17. And like Cynthia mentioned, Deron Payne and Jonathan Allen are just avoid it. Saquon, don't deal with it. Throw the ball to Saquon. Let's look back to the start of the season when things were going great. They were throwing Saquon the ball behind the line of scrimmage, short
passes, and in weeks 3 through 5, he had 12+ yards after catch average on those receptions during that time frame. Since then, the only time was week 9 against Houston. I know he's the real threat. He's the only real threat on the team, but let's find a way to get Saquon the ball in space that doesn't use a rocket. Dimes can run the ball too, but just stay away from those guys. They're too good in there.
I don't think I've ever felt better about a Lonetta on this show. Look at those scores. That's not giving confidence, people. Okay,
They're favored.
21-17, Commanders all the way. Listen, sometimes we talk about vibes a lot on this show. Commanders, all about vibes right now. They are faking it until they make it right now. Taylor Heineke's buying sneakers of the opponent's colors after every single game. I like that. I actually love it. It is getting into everybody's head. The other team, by the way, started so hot. I was Brian Dable for Halloween. I wore a ball cap on my head for 7 hours. I love the Giants, but they are not the Giants that we saw at the beginning of the season. Daniel Jones has as many interceptions in the last 2 games as he has had in the first 9 games this season. And we were talking about this on commercial break. Taylor Heineke, he gets a little incentive for each of those wins, baby. That's what's funding this sneaker situation. Check back in on the scores, the leaderboard next week, because I'm making some moves this week, baby. Cynthia, are you ready for some more math?
Do the
Saquon
math.
Barkley has had horrible games the last 2 weeks for some reason. Will he have more than 71 rushing yards against the Commanders? What are you going with?
Well, I gave a lot of compliments to the interior of that defensive front, but I think the outside, an area where Saquon's rushing about 70% of the time, is where he's going to find some success. So when I'm looking to see, will it be more than 71.5? Yes, the answer is yes. It will be more. Back on track. Brian Dable will need to figure this one out because, of course, that front is very good. Keep Daniel Jones away from trouble so that he can throw the ball.
He's bouncing back. Okay, it is time for quick picks. We got a couple of games here. Greg, Colts, Cowboys. Nobody is going out on a limb here. You've got the Cowboys by 19, your biggest blowout of the week.
What?
Yeah, I don't even feel like that's enough. This is, remember how the Colts started, trying a little bit harder after Jeff Saturday got there? That's over with. The reality of the next 5 weeks have hit them, and they've got Dakota Rain Prescott coming into town. Oh, wait, they're in Dallas. It's going to be a bloodbath. If my name was Dakota Rain, I wouldn't shorten it to Dak. I wouldn't even leave the house. What a name. He is playing out of his mind right now. Every throw he makes is on point. This is like peak Dak, and he could be one of the best players in the league down the stretch.
I feel like Dakota Rain is a perfect wrestling name. Like imagine
So
here
good.
comes Dakota Rain. Oh no!
It's actually a fragrance.
Great. Patrick, Lions Jags, the second highest over-under of the week at 51.5, but I am not asking you over-under. I'm asking you to pick it. What are you going with?
Well, people could do like Cynthia. They could do the math and see that I've got the over on this one.
my
Because I hope you like points. I hope you like points because this will be an absolute score fest. And let's talk about the Jags. You saw Trev dice up the Baltimore Ravens, especially in the fourth quarter, hitting every single ball. And people are thinking, oh, this is all Zay Jones. But I was talking with a brilliant football mind not too long ago. Her name is Cynthia Freeland. About how much Marlon Humphrey was playing in the slot. It really hindered Christian Kirk. I think playing against this Lions defense, he gets completely unlocked, and up and down the field they go. The Jags win it at the buzzer, 35-30.
Sin, I love that you're such a disgruntled Lions fan that even when you take them by a win, you can't ever do it by a lot. Like, it's always just like, I guess, like, eyes crossed, can't watch the game. A 1-point win, I don't know. But that's not the game that I want to talk to you about. Packers-Bears. The Bears are home dogs. Packers favored by 3.5. Can the Bears cover in this one at least?
Well, I think so. I think it's about a 2-point win, which is about right for me. 23-21. Why? You got Justin Fields back, and you can run on this Packers defense. When I'm looking to see what's going on in this game overall, both teams are proficient in the run game. So we've obviously seen Aaron Jones be really helpful. Even A.J. Dillon get on in the action, and he's last game. And then when you're the other side, David Montgomery has been great, but really it's all about Justin Fields and his ability on his legs. And I was stuttering because I was going to talk about A.J. Dillon announcing that his wife is pregnant. I went to BC, so I follow him. This is very cute.
BC reference.
Who was it? Alan Lazard this week. There was like Aaron Rodgers got to renew his contract twice a year, and that time is coming up. Did you guys see that? Well, it's obviously a matchup to keep an eye on. I know Patrick is fired up about Justin Jefferson. Aren't we all at this point? But will he do enough to get the Vikings a win on Sunday?
Absolutely, the Minnesota Vikings will get a win on Sunday. And it's because Justin Jefferson and Kirk Cousins have seen this before. They've played top 5 defenses, especially the top 5 scoring defenses, because they played 3 consecutive games against them. But unlike the Cowboys and the Bills and the Patriots, pressure percentages are at 29 and 27%, according to Next Gen Stats. Dallas far away leads the league in that stat. I'm saying all that because even without Christian Darrisaw, just in terms of the pressure that the Jets provide, it's not going to be enough to limit Justin Jefferson the entire game, especially if they leave him singled up with Sauce the whole time. I feel confident in the Minnesota Vikings 20-7.
Plus, you just never pick the Jets. You're back to being a hater.
I'm not a hater.
Pick them once.
I like the team that's good.
Interesting.
Just saying.
It's interesting that you always just say that on the other side of the Jets.
Yeah, I do. Guilty.
Cynthia.
Oh, you're doing the skull thing?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
You have
Got
to
it.
say it.
Okay, perfect. Woo-hoo. Got it. Perfect. Great. I'm picking the Jets. I have a Jets upset here in Minnesota. The score is 23-22, super convincing, but it is still a Jets win in this one. Why? Because of Sauce Gardner. It's kind of the exact opposite thing. Here's the thing. Sauce lines up kind of in the same spot, and Jefferson only lines up kind of not the same spot, so they're not going to see each other a ton unless they decide to move Sauce around a bit. You know who's the best in man coverage? Sauce!
I know who the
You know
best
what
is.
happens? You know what happens when the Jets, you know how they are getting pressure? By only rushing 4, and they're really good at doing that. So that means they can drop more people back in coverage, which means it's going to be Justin Jefferson v. the world, and DJ Reed's got this. He's got this, bro. And Mike White, I love him too.
I also know who the #1 guy at beating man coverage is.
Sauce!
Listen.
I want more Cynthia singing in this. That is amazing. I love Mike White too because he makes the Jets watchable, and I like to watch
you go.
football. And the Mike White that we saw a week ago can win a lot of games. I think he did more in terms of big-time throws than people really gave him credit for. Yes, it's against the against the Bears, but it doesn't matter. When you're making plays outside the pocket, he showed good velocity. His timing was perfect. His time to throw was the lowest of any Jets quarterback all year, lower than Zach Wilson has had his whole career. He's letting these wide receivers shine, and there's so much time to shine against this Vikings defense. They play off coverage. They allow receivers to get open, and Cynthia agrees with me, and that always makes me feel good.
I also agree with he had the quickest time to throw, but also he doubled their number of deep touchdown in the same game. So they got the game plan right.
That's why his wife was
Doubled,
like,
too.
"Damn,
He had 2 deep
Mike,
touchdowns.
I didn't know you had that in you,
Against
Mike."
the 85 Bears, too. I had no idea.
I'll tell you who Mike White is. He joined Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson as the only quarterbacks to have 300 passing yards, 3+ touchdowns, 140+ passer rating in a game in 2022. So yes, who are you? I saw something earlier in this week. This is my favorite tweet of the week. Can we pull it up, please, so that I can read it? Andrew Kramer says, Kirk Cousins says, a grill is in the works. My agent has probably gotten 6 emails from dentists all the way from Canada. I'm ashamed. Can I just say that? Saying they can get it done. And Greg responds with Jets by 13. You know what I call this? Bulletin board material. And I think that the Jets love this kind of stuff. I want to flash back to a couple of weeks ago when the Jets beat the Packers. Sauce had the cheese hat on his head.
Yes.
They feed off of this kind of stuff. Come on, Jets 21-20.
I mean, if Kirk Cousins getting a grill doesn't spell the end of this fun little Viking season, I don't know
It's over.
what does. It's done.
You can't love that.
Kirk doing hokey stuff has been like the only consistent thing. This has been every single
Go back
week.
to barbecuing. That's the Kirk that we know. Okay, Greg, Broncos, Ravens, we are contractually obligated to talk about every game. So I'll ask you, how big will the win be for the Ravens?
It's got to be so big that I wanted to say it at the end of the show for my write this down, and the producers thought it was too boring. But you know what? You can still be right. It's going to be way over 8.5 points. I think it's 16, it's 19. This defense, I still believe in as one of the best defenses in the league. I know they've given up some late leads, but that was mostly early in the season. They still are good up front, good at the second level, good in the secondary. They're going to trounce these Broncos.
I think you need to switch it to 29-10 if it's 19.
Yeah.
I'm just throwing out numbers.
Got it.
I
Okay.
don't know
Just
how to
making
do
sure.
the math.
Just throwing out
I'm just helping you out.
I'm good at now. Cynthia and I have the same score.
Aw, twinsies. Okay, speaking of contractually obligated, Steelers, Falcons, I am going Steelers here. I think I have the biggest win out of all of us,
Wow, we all
21 to
have the
17. We do all have the Steelers. I don't think the Falcons have covered once in the last 6 games. Steelers have won the last 2 out of 3 since their bye, and albeit small, Kenny Pickett is slowly starting to improve since the bye. I think before the bye, he was getting sacked like 6 times a game. That has definitely gone down. Also, Mike Tomlin, he's never had a losing season in his career, and they are currently at 4-7. You got to start making some moves here, Mike Tomlin. I'm going Steelers here. Moving on to this next one, Cynthia. I know listening to us pick these games, picking these last 2 games has been so much fun, so I'll let you in on the action. Seahawks or Rams? You're welcome.
Oh, thanks. So Seahawks 25-18 for the Rams. We'll talk about Ken Walker because we Kirk Cousins, we said, did some wonky stuff, but another Michigan State grad, he's actually doing some amazing stuff. He's really making a strong case to be our offensive rookie of the year. I don't know who's going to win this one, but he certainly has a lot of numbers, yards after the catch, yards after contact, to be able to make that argument. And I don't know what Patrick's laughing about, but I like it.
Well, a Michigan fan to be unnamed has requested me to ask you what bowl
True.
Michigan State is playing in this season.
I don't know. I don't care what bowl game they're playing in. I just know that listen, we don't have a lot of nice things in mid-Michigan, okay? We got Ken Walker and we got Kirk Cousins.
Kenneth Walker III. I love just saying it so regal like that. Oh yeah, we'll see you bright and early on Sunday. It is time for over/under. Let's start with Saints Bucks. Over/under is 40.5. I've got the Bucks winning 21-17, but that's only 38 points, so I am going under. This game doesn't really scream offense to me.
Oh, I feel so good about this. I have it 17-10 bucks for what it's worth, but I feel so much better with the under than I do for either team in this game. The Bucks offense is a mess. The Saints are healthier on defense than they've been in a long time. The Bucks defense has really been great. They're good all year. And the Saints are, I couldn't feel stronger, Cynthia. I can't believe you would disagree with this.
You can't believe I would disagree with you?
No,
Have you not been working with me
just
for
on
like...
this one, I just feel so confident. I don't feel as
They're usually twinsies.
I mean, let's be honest, my score is 24-19, so it's not like I'm sitting here being like, oh my gosh, 43 whole points, that's so much more. But more.
Remember when they played last year on Monday Night Football or Sunday night and it was 9?
Wait, I have a question. If they score more than 40.5 points, can you do push-ups?
Waddle.
Sure, but then what are you gonna do?
Waddle.
You name it.
Okay, wear some Tulane Green Wave.
We have to use that promo of Cynthia at least 5 times in the show next week.
Yeah.
5, no
the
less
end of
than that.
every block, no more bump.
Yeah.
No bump
It's
video.
just
It's just
Cynthia.
Cynthia's twirl.
I love that.
When we did the meeting, I was like, oh God, I'm not the over, am I? And I came up at 40 points. So just there.
Oh, thank God.
Just there. Because like Greg, I saw these 2 teams, considering the state of their respective offenses, we can't get there. I don't think that the Bucks or the Saints have what's necessary to reach that number.
There you go. Okay. This next one, Browns Texans over under at 46.5. I'm not just under. I am way under. I've got 35 points in this one. Obviously, Deshaun's first game back. We heard some stories about practice, a lot of dropped passes. I think it might take a minute, if ever, for this team to gel.
You've got the Texans winning, too.
I do. Yes, I do.
I really like that. I'm going under. I don't expect Deshaun Watson to play any better than Jacoby Brissett did. I'm rooting for the Texans in this game for this week only. The Texans, you're America's team.
There you
Don't
go,
let us
Texans.
down.
Come on, baby.
Am I doing this again by myself?
Oh.
This is pretty much just all Nick Chubb. Have you seen the Texans stop anyone on the run? Nope. Oh, Nick Chubb's. Oh, that's why. Over.
We do love it.
How about a revenge game for like ruining our franchise, Texans versus?
I already picked the Texans once this year.
Can't do it again.
Yeah, I can't do it again. I got burned. I'm ultimately probably going to lose to Cynthia because of that game. But yeah, this is an under for me as well because I watched Kyle Allen play and I thought that might be it for having to watch Kyle Allen play. But apparently we're going to keep doing this.
We're going to try it again.
So yeah.